Okay, first off, let's rewrite this. This would be x to the 1/2 minus 5 times x to the 1/2 plus 5. Square root of x always gets rewritten as a 1/2 power. Now we got something times something else. So this will be p and this will be q. For my product rule, I need p prime. The derivative of x to 1/2 is 1/2 x, and then you lower your power by 1. And the minus 5 drops away. So that's going to give us 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. And whenever you have a negative exponent, it always goes down in denominators. So that becomes 1 over 2x to the positive 1/2. Now, interestingly enough, you notice that q, the number at the end is different, but it drops away. The derivative of 5 is 0. We got x to 1/2 again. So q prime is going to be the same. Okay, now our formula says we want p prime q plus p q prime. So for our derivative, p prime was 1 over 2x to the 1/2 times q, which is x to the 1/2 plus 5, plus p, which is x to the 1/2 minus 5, times q prime, which is 1 over 2x to the 1/2. Now let me put these into single fractions and then see where we're going to head. So we've got x to the 1/2 plus 5 over 2x to the 1/2 plus x to the 1/2 minus 5 over 2x to the 1/2. Since they have the same denominators, I can add together the top parts and put them into a single fraction. I got x to the 1/2 plus x to the 1/2, which is 2x to the 1/2. 5 plus negative 5 drops away. Now notice we got 2x to 1/2 over 2x to 1/2. That's equal to 1. So that'd be our answer. Now they specifically told us to use a product rule here. There's an easier way. I just want to mention this, even though that's not what the instructions say. I could multiply these together, and these are conjugates. Conjugate means the first part and last part's the same, but the sign in the middle is different. Square root of x, square root of x. 5, 5, but this is a minus, this is a plus. With conjugates, to multiply them together, you multiply first parts together. So square root of x times square root of x, which is x, and negative 5 times 5, which is negative 25. Then if I took my derivative, the derivative of x is 1, and we're done. I did it the hard way just because that's what the instructions said. But realize you should always look to see if you can use some algebraic simplification before you work a problem.